Hello and welcome back. We're heading into a new week, which means a Deal It Up challenge. My name is Belinda and this is Visualized NZ. So I've got my 3 original sets of prompts here and I'm going to do something really crazy today. It may not work, so I may be redoing this, but yeah, can you guess what I'm going to do? I just thought, well, why not? And it may become very clear why not, but we shall see. The main problem I can foresee is if I pull out more than one prompt, like, say a tag, a masterboard, and a journal card. If I pull out 3 of the same thing like that, that would be a problem because we'd be making 3 different things. But apart from that, I thought it might just be fun, a different way to mix it up, to add a little bit of excitement to the challenge, a little bit of trepidation even, certainly in my head at the moment, because I'm like, is this a really dumb idea? Or is this going to be fun? And the jury's out right now, so I'm giving them a good mix, get all those different cards mixed up, and I have no idea how it's going to go. So I'm game if you're game. Are we all game to play this game? Gosh, that sounded so silly. I'm in quite a weird mood, I guess. I've been out all day and had a really nice day. Just been out. I'm really tired and yeah, quite sleepy. But I need to get this video done. So it's Sunday afternoon. And our clocks went forward this morning for the beginning of daylight saving, so I'm an hour short on sleep, theoretically. I don't think I really am, but, kind of mentally you feel that way. Oh, gosh, guys, are we ready to do this? So I'm going to pull 3 at random. So we might not even end up with an item that we're making. We might just have to put 3 other prompts together. So we're doing white on white, which is always interesting. And if we get then a colour one, yeah, as I said, this is going to be quite interesting. So let's pull one from the, yep, that's one card. Pastel. So we do have 2 different colourways there. I'm just going to give them another wee shuffle. Maybe I should have shuffled in between. Not that it really matters, but because they're all mixed up anyway. And let's go that one. This may not work, guys. This may not work. Drum roll. Fibers. Okay, fibers. Fibers is fine. So we have pastel, we have white on white. I think we can actually make this work. What do you reckon? Shall we give it a go? I was quite prepared that I would just can this video and restart from the beginning and do something normal. But I think we can actually make this work. So first up, decision. What do you want to make? You don't have to make what I make. You can make something, you can make a journal card, a tag, a whatever. I am short on tags, so I'm thinking making a tag. So I'll just move these up to the top. I need a tag base. Okay, what am I going to use? I'm wondering about grabbing out a bit of scrapbook paper, and there's some more pastel type colours in here. So we've got this blue one, which I would say falls in the pastel. What else have we got? No, the green's not singing particularly pastel. It's got some of those darker greens in there. This would be pastel. Not so much that one. Darker pink is not pastel, nor that one. This one's definitely pastel. Pastel green in the background might work. Pastel pink there. Orange, perhaps a little strong for pastel. This could be pastel. The pattern on that is very light grey. Interesting. I know what pastel is, but I'd actually be interested to look at the definition of what pastel actually is technically. Right, I think I'm going to go with this blue. So let's grab a sheet of that, and maybe we'll make more than one. Let's see how far I can get. Whoops. Yes, I am very short on tags, so I'm going to do tags, or a tag anyway. So this will be my pastel component. And I need to turn my mat around so I can actually see the lines to cut it straight. So line it up straight first is a good start. And how wide do I want my tags? That looks reasonable, doesn't it? I can always trim it down if it's a bit big. I have no idea what's it. It's about 9 centimeters. Just in case you were wondering. You probably weren't, but there you go. You've got the bit of information anyway. And let's do one. Let's do another one. I'm not going to use the whole length for one tag. I'll probably cut it into 2. But I'm going to maybe do one a little bit narrower. So we had about 9 centimeters. So that would be 9 there. So let's go 7. Whoops. Straight would be nice. I always find it tricky because the light casts the shadow, and then I'm not sure whether the line is correct, lined up correct or not, because of the difference of the shadow. But that's close enough. Right, so I'll just cut those 2 strips. I don't think I will get that many made, so we don't need to cut any more. That can go on my scraps. My scraps of scrapbook paper, the ones they've been cut into, I actually keep in like a bedside drawer, but it's a drawer I just keep for scrapbook paper. So I have one drawer for the scraps, another drawer for the scrapbook paper, and then the bottom drawer is for the scrapbook cardstock. And that's how I organise my scrapbook paper. Right, so we have obviously 12 inches, so it should be around 30-ish centimeters. Yep, just over. So maybe we'll go about 15. So one will be 15 and one will be 15 and a bit. It sounds like a good place to start. Yep. So one's slightly taller than the other, and then this one will go about the same, I think. Just into 2. And just trying to make sure everything's straightish. Oh, I've got all sorts of gritty stuff on my mat. This new mat, I quite like all the lines. I find them quite helpful, but it's got like a non-slip surface, and things get stuck to it, like little bits of paper and stuff, and I find them very hard to get off. And that's the downside, I would say, of this new mat. And I'm constantly trying to brush things off, and they just don't move. You've literally got to get in under and scrape them off. Handy though if you're trying to do something and don't want it to move. But yeah. Right, so we've got 4 bases. Let's just grab out one to start with. Let's cut it into a tag shape. And that does not look straight at all. Have I not cut that straight? Which is entirely possible. Actually, it's not bad. Maybe the print's not straight on it. Do I want to back it? Oh, I can back it even if I've trimmed it. Maybe I'll back them off camera because I can do that, I think. It's probably easier to do it before I do anything, but never mind. So I hope you guys are all having a great day and that your weekend was lovely. Our weekend's been super wet and cold. You know, spring weather, it's just up and down all over the place. And after a couple of weeks of quite mild temperatures and some nationwide highs for spring, we're now like torrential rain, there's snow down to 500 meters, it's cold, it's wet, it's quite miserable. So yeah, we're just like back in the winter vibes really. Fire going, cats are all inside, curled up. Yeah, it's that sort of weather. Right, so base, we need white on white and we need fibres. I think my fibres I'll reserve for like a topper. Nice and simple on that. So white on white. I have here a bag of my white paper offcuts. So I think I'm going to start with those because why not? I'm just going to, they're all different sizes and shapes and, you know, mostly rectangles. But let's perhaps start with some of those and see what we can do. So obviously this is just like one white piece. It's not white on white yet, is it? And I'm thinking I'm just going to go straight up the middle there. Oops, this is awkward. Maybe I'll just trim it loosely and then I'll cut it to shape once it's glued on so it's not moving on me. I'm just going to use my tacky glue for quick and ease. This is a bit an offcut of printing and it's got a slight greyish tinge there where the background was printed on. So that will be the side I glue down. And I'm trying to think what other white elements I've got that I can, you know, build up that white on white aspect. Oops, that's not in the middle. Let's try that again. Maybe if I go from the top it might work better. Since it's a narrower space to try and line up. That's better. Glue on my mat. Right, so we've got white, but we need white on white. Like I could just like put strips of paper, but that's not terribly exciting, is it? What white text do I have? Oh, what about some of this? That could be interesting. This white pattern paper. Let's get some added texture in with some torn edges. Like that. And let's tear this side as well. Oops. And I've got an idea, bring in a bit more pastel. I quite like that. Okay. So I'm going to grab out my Distress Ink and tumbled glass. And grab my sponge. And I'm going to ink around this. So we've still got white on white. Don't be afraid to add colour, even though we're working with a white on white prompt, because we're also working with pastel. But even if we weren't, doesn't mean you can't use other colour. It just means that we're working with the white on white aesthetic and then adding to that. Or you could go completely white if you wanted to, which I have done in previous challenges. So we were out this morning up at my husband's mother's and father's church, which we're now going to do on the last Sunday of every month. We've decided we're going to do that so we get to spend time with them, and that was today, and they had a baby dedication. So that was really lovely. Be there, part of that. I don't want it that way around. I can see the lines on the other side through it, which is a little, yeah, it's not too bad, I guess. Right, this is probably easier with glue stick because it's very, you know, thin and floppy. Glue stick, here we go. So I will glue stick this. Yeah, so that was lovely, and there was a shared lunch afterwards. So first thing this morning I was up making a casserole, and then once I had it made, transferred it to a crock pot, and we took the crock pot up and plugged that in so that when lunchtime came it was all nice and hot and ready to eat. So I feel like I've, you know, already done a lot today because I was up early getting that food made, and there was a little bit left over at the end, and my mother-in-law hadn't actually gotten to have any at the lunch, so she took the leftover of that casserole because she wanted to try it. So that was good. And we came home with other food left over from the lunch, so we got chicken and bacon egg pie and little savouries, which is actually what my mother-in-law made, was little pastry egg savouries. Super tasty, really yummy. There's only one, so hubby and I might have to fight over that in the best possible way. Right, so we have now got white on white, but I'm not happy just with one. Don't you think? We need more. We need more layers. So how about a bit of this Asian character text? Because I do like my text, as you know. If you're a regular to my channel, you would know this, along with labels and all that sort of jazz, all the fun bits. Right, I don't think I want the illustrations of the toothbrush heads. That gives it away, doesn't it, about what this is about. It's from our electric toothbrush heads. And it's a bit plain up the top, so we'll just take that bit off. Oh, hair everywhere, cat hair. Don't think I want as much as that. There, and again I'm going to ink it. I need to ink the top and bottom where I trimmed those bits off, don't I? So let's do that while I remember, like so. And again, I think I'll use glue stick. Just for this thinner paper. Now, which way's up? That way, by the look of it. It's the trouble with foreign texts or characters like this. It's like you want to honour the language, not perhaps put it upside down. Whereas normally I don't care. It's like I'll quite happily put English text upside down, sideways, wherever. It doesn't bother me. But you know, foreign language, I don't want to feel like I'm being disrespectful to it. Okay, I feel like I want something else. Maybe we want a focal point. And I'm actually thinking about stamping on white paper and fussy cutting it, because I don't think I've got any white like die cuts or anything available. I mean, I could go away and do that, but I don't want to. I don't want to. How's that? I just don't want to. And we could go label for something. I'm just digging through my bin of stamps. I don't know if you can see it. White flower, maybe. I need to make a decision. Snappy, snappy. Hopefully. No, not that. It's not speaking to me. That's another label option. Or a ticket. Ooh. Maybe one of these little ink bottles. That might be interesting. Or maybe that. Okay, I think that's enough to choose from. Don't make my life too complicated. What do you reckon? Kind of like the idea of these wee ink bottles, because I haven't actually I've tested them, but I haven't used them on anything yet. And I think they are rather cute. Oh, if I can get them out of the plastic. Okay. Maybe this one. It's kind of cute, isn't it? Let's have a play, people. And I want it in the blue, the pastel. Actually, I've got an idea. I do. So I need a bigger bit of white paper to stamp on. So let's grab out a bigger piece. I think, yep, that'll do. Again, flip over the side that's got the slight grey on it. I'm going to go black first. Let's go right in the middle. Snuggles, no. Sorry, just a bit of cat management going on to the side. Kelly's curled up in the chair beside me, and Snuggles is being too interested. So if you hear squeals and squawks and stuff, or growls, it's because Snuggles is making herself a pain towards Kelly. Right, now I'm going to grab the tumbled glass distress ink, and I don't know if this will work, but it doesn't need to work perfectly. Can't tell whether it's got much ink on it or not. Now I'm going to slightly offset it, because if I just do it straight over top of the black, we're not going to see it, basically. So I just want to slightly offset it like it's a double stamp, and it is. I want that kind of double, what's the terminology? Double exposure, that's the word. Photographic term, where something's, the bit of film's exposed twice and you get slightly different. Yeah, oh, love that. I don't know if you can see on camera, it's very, very subtle. But it's just got like this very faint pastel blue offset to it. I love that. I think that's cool. Now, do I want to square it? Do I want to tear it? Do I want to fussy cut it? Oh, so many decisions. Do I want to cut it with fancy scissors? Sorry for the reach. Shall we try it? Shall we just give it a go? I've been using these so often lately. And I'm enjoying the effect. Okay. I can always go in and square everything off if I don't like it. So I'm making sure I leave plenty of space, so I've got that luxury of doing that if I need to. Good girl, Snuggles. She's decided to move along and not bother her sister. Okay, yep, this tag's curling up a bit, but it will be fine. once I back it. Thinking, do I want something up here? Yep, I do. So let's do that. I hope I've got the text up the right way, because there's a possibility that the text on the other side was actually flipped. But I can only, you know, do the best that I see to do. And I think I've got it the right way up. But don't tell on me if I don't. I know you won't. So, there. Gee, the blue gets lost in the background. It's like I haven't even inked it along the edge. But that's okay. I know I have. And I'm going to do this as well. Make the most of that crinkle cut edge. Like that. Might use tacky glue for this. Putting it off to the side. I'm really happy with this so far. Very pleased. Okay, I'm thinking also a label or a ticket or something. So I've got a few options. Most of my pre-stamped tickets or labels are on like coffee dyed paper and stuff, so I'll need to do one for this. Cat fur stuck in everything. This one. Kind of looking for what size. Maybe this one actually. Or do we want this? I wish I had a white ink pad, but I don't. Maybe I need to get one at some stage, because a bit of white inking in the background would be quite lovely. I'm just wondering about stamping some of these and thinking, what colour would I do if I just stamp them straight on? Keeping in mind the pastel version part of the prompt. Should we just give it a go? Like, what's there to lose? Really, what is there to lose? And sorry if you couldn't see these because of the glare on the plastic. I wasn't thinking about you guys. I was just kind of lost in contemplation. I quite like this one. I don't think I've used this one, so first we've got to get it off. There we go. Does it fit? No, it doesn't fit on that block. Let's put it on this one. It just fits. And a bit of paper underneath. If I stamp it in blue, it's going to be completely lost on this. It will show on this. Maybe that's a good look. Let's go for it and see. I mean, if we can't see it, then we'll just go for something else. If we can see it, well, great. Just want to do a bit down here. And I actually don't mind if it only shows on the white. You can actually see it, like with my naked eyes, shall we say. Very subtle. but I can see it. You probably can't through the camera though. So put another bit up the top there. That didn't stamp very well, but that's okay. It's just added texture. Liking that. Do I want to add another colour? Thinking maybe green if we do something. Oh, decisions. I'm terrible. I'm overthinking everything. It's a pity there's not like a little pen, fountain pen or something. That would be super cool. But there's not. I think I need to do my label and then I might have a better idea. What do we want to do? This one? This one or this one? And maybe this one. I can change my mind. Right, need a bit of paper. That one's big enough. Just take that off so I can see what I'm doing. And black. Where'd I put the black? Gee, I'm losing things. I'm losing my mind. I told you I'm a crazy mood. I warned you. So let me know what you think of this challenge. Are you enjoying it? Are you having fun? Have you, oops. Are you do silly things like me and put your thumb on the ink and take the ink off the stamp? Oh, yeah. This is real crafting, people. All the highs, lows, and muck-ups that one can imagine. Right, I'm just going to pick this up and rub it on just to make sure I get a nice impression this time. It's okay. It's not the best. I actually smudged it, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. Do I want to do the double stamping again? Let's do it. Clean a bit of that black off. It's a dry wet wipe. Kind of an oxymoron that, isn't it? Dry wet wipe. Let's do the double stamping again. Tie it in with our little ink bottle there. And then it will be kind of like a triple stamping because I smudged the black. Oops. Yep, cool. Awesome. And do I want to, why not? Let's go with the, oh, I didn't leave much room there, did I? Oh well, we'll see how we go. And this is the tricky part. They're a lot harder to use if you don't leave much to cut into, but not too bad. And then our corners, snip, 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 and snip. So we're rapidly approaching the year mark for this challenge. This will be, I think we're up to number 46, week 46, I think. 46 or 47, but I think it's 46. So I'm, busy trying to think what we're going to do for the 1 year, because I think I'd like to do something slightly different, or just to mark that we've been doing this challenge for a year. Oh, actually I like that overlaid over top. That's better. Yep, so that's going to go there. And then I'm thinking, threes are good. I need a third element. What am I going to do? I'm only going to do the one, guys. I'm just flagging a bit. That's why I'm in a silly mood, because I'm actually just tired. and it's now 5:20. I still need to edit the video, get it uploaded, so I'm just going to make one tag on video. Hope that's okay. Right, I'm wondering about one of these round labels. I'm also getting slightly croaky, which is interesting. Put one down there, so we don't need a big bit of paper. We won't be doing the crinkly cut, I don't think. Or maybe we will. Okay, let's go black. Put it in the middle, give us the most space to cut if we do go crinkly. Yeah, wet wipes clean so much easier and better when they're wet. It's been out for a few days, so it has dried out. Okay, oops, it goes that way round. Again, trying to do the double stamping thing. Oops, perfect. Okay, you've convinced me. You were all telling me, go crinkly, go crinkly. You were, weren't you? Well, even if you weren't, I'm going to go crinkly, or try. Not sure how this is going to work in a circle. I've never done a circle before. Oh. It's not going to be a perfect circle. But it will be circlish. Which sounds very much like it's going to be ticklish. Hey, it's definitely not perfect, but it is interesting. And I can live with interesting. I just take off that little bit there that's a bit funky. Okay. It's not even. That's fine. And then we have fibres to work into this. So we've done white on white, we have done pastel. And all that, whoops, not quite straight. There we go, that's better. All we have now is the fibres to do. I am thinking about lace as well. So I'm just going to move everything kind of to the side, just so it doesn't feel so cluttered and perhaps you can actually see the project a bit better. Right, I'm just going to give it a wee straighten. Oops. Just curl it back the other way over the edge of my desk. Do we want lace? Because that would be another way of adding white. So let's see if we can find a white lace in my scrap bin here. Scrap bin of, well, it's not really a scrap bin, but bits and pieces of lace and what have you. There's a white heart. Needs trimming, but here's some white lace. I don't know, it might not look okay. We'll just try. Here's the end. Is that the end taped? Oh, it was. And it's not coming off there anytime soon, so we'll just cut it off. Not very much of that lace left, which is fine. Getting through it. Get this stuff to use, don't we? So we may as well use it. Yeah, I think so. Let's just put that on there. It's another white on white aspect. Just letting it hang over the bottom ever so slightly. There we go. Liking that. Okay. So you can probably see better there how just that little bit that's hanging over the bottom. Right, so we still need fibres, so I'm not counting the lace as the fibres. Don't know that I've got anything white. No, there's no white in here, but there is this pastel, which is super pretty. So we could go with the pastel. Doesn't need to be white, does it? Maybe we want to put some lace with it. It looks kind of greyish because it's antique, this lace, or vintage. Probably antique. What about, where did that card of lace go? Oh, I've lost it. Where's it gone? There it is. It fell out. Could put a bit of this in the top as well. Maybe a couple of lengths of this eyelash trim or eyelash yarn. Gosh, crowding myself. Move back. I need to do a hole. Oops. Let's do a hole. Okay. Now I do need to back this, don't I? But let's just pretend that I have, and then I'll remove these and back it and redo it. So just for on camera sake, we'll just pretend that it's backed, and possibly need to do a hole reinforcement as well, but I'll see what it's like after it's backed. Have I left enough to get through the loop? This is the question. Always a challenge, isn't it? Oh, must not be raining outside anymore because I can hear the neighbour's kid out playing basketball. Oops. Oh, I don't know. No, where's the other end? Not through. Oh gosh, don't take 10 years to do this, girl. I might have to go for a longer bit of lace. Eek. Anyway, rather than fiddle with it, it will give you the idea of what it will look like at the end. I've just completely messed it up. It's not working. This is all sorts of crazy nonsense going on. Oh, that's another way. How about we do this? How about we put these through and then put our lace on there and then tie these in a knot, which I won't tie in a knot, I'll just tie in once, just to give the idea. I find this hard stuff quite hard to use because you like trying to grab it, but you just grab all the little offshoots rather than the main. There we go. I think I've got it. Center that. See, even now I don't think I've got it, but something like that. Okay, can we just say that I'm super tired and nothing's working for me? But I'll fix it up, and it'll be in the thumbnail for the video, and it'll also be on social media. But I like it. I need to fix this, but you'll get the idea. So there we go. There is the challenge. I'll grab the cards back so you can see them again. So we have white on white. We have fibres, which I'll fix up, and pastel. So there you go. There's the challenge for this week. I'd love to see what you do with this. Again, a bit challenging, like last week was a bit challenging, but I think it's fun to mix it up and to stretch yourself and, you know, come up with a solution on how to pair things that would seem to not work together. But actually, I think they do. So there we go, guys. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope the week ahead for you is absolutely fantastic. I hope mine is too. I will see you back, hopefully, for Trashcraft Tuesday tomorrow. Take care, everyone. See you then. Bye.